Each other and one another. When we have a sentence, they talk to each other. Does that mean that there were two people talking to each other? Or could it have been three people? Was it just person A and person B? B talks to A and A talks to B? Or is it C and D? D talks to A, B, and C. B talks to A, C, and D. How many people were there when they talked to each other? Well, generally, if we say each other, it's two people. If it's one another, it's usually more. It's like three or four people. But not always. You can use one another for two, and you can use each other for three or four. But the general rule is a group of two, each other, and a group of three or four or five or 100, one another. They listened carefully to what one another said. Maybe this is a group of 20 people or 3 people talking. The lovers can look into each other's eyes. Usually with lovers, there's two. So we use each other's eyes. We could use one another's eyes, but it's stranger than using each other's because of that connotation each has for two people. They met one another in 1992. Well, I can perfectly understand this sentence. It's probably better to say they met each other because it's usually two people who meet each other. If it was a group, they met one another in 1992. We could also dispense with each other and one another and say they met in 1992, or the group met in 1992, or the couple met in 1992. That works too. They married each other in 1994. We can get rid of each other because generally we know when people marry, it's two people who get married, and that the man marries the lady and the lady marries the man. That's how it works. So we can dispense with the each other and one another. Their interests are very similar to one another. Maybe it's a group that has similar interests, or maybe it's a married couple that has similar interests. Do we need one another and each other? Not really. We can get rid of that. It's already implied that it's one other or each other. The group's interests are very similar to one another. The couple's interests are very similar to each other. This each other, one another is not a strict rule. It just seems to be the general way that native speakers speak. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thumbs up, leave a comment, and thank you.